have a big smile on my face because I am a Law and Order addict, I will say, and I'm so excited about Law and Order Toronto. And how do you feel stepping into this legacy of this amazing franchise of criminals and crime and getting solved and all kinds of stuff?
I mean, you and me both are Law and Order addicts. I've watched so much of the different iterations of this show, and it is a behemoth. I mean, it's the longest running drama in television history in America. It's big shoulders to stand on, big shoes to fill. But it's a thrill. I mean, it's growing up watching Law and Order, you kind of, I play with my brothers, we play cops and robbers and stuff, and so I just feel like I get to do that for a living now, and the franchise is so successful for a reason. It's really good, so to be able to work in that world it's a thrill.
Yeah, and what I love too is that every character, every detective is different. They don't try to bring them all in from the different areas and try to be the same. So let's talk about your character. Because I understand this is a character that is definitely going to give a big punch to the franchise.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much fun to be working within the world that we know from watching it, but doing something different with it. And I think Frankie Bateman, especially as the show goes on, you get to learn a little bit more about her. She's a very, hyper intelligent. Both her and her partner, Henry Graff, played by Aiden Young, are in the special investigations unit. So these are people who are at the top of their game. And so we get to see, I think my favorite thing about Frankie that we don't see in every iteration of this show is that she's so motivated by humanity, by her curiosity about people, and she always wants to know the context for crimes so she can have some empathy for the people involved. And when her faith in the justice system bumps up against some of the things about the justice system that don't allow for the kind of maybe compassion or nuance that she'd like to see, there's a tension there. And I think that's one of the more compelling things that I get to play.
Oh, man, this is cool. Okay. This is what I'm trying to understand, because everybody knows Canada is so nice and so beautiful and so gentle and so kind of no crime or anything so let's talk about how this show is definitely going to be a little different than what we've seen in our other shows.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of a fun way to go into it. One thing that we talk about is just factually, there are fewer guns around, which means the murders are dastardly, there's the creative ways of killing people up here. That's a really grim thing to say, but I mean, if you think that it's going to be gentler, you may be surprised. I think we get into, and anywhere where there are a lot of people living, there's crime. And I think what we try to do too in our show is get at some of the structural issues, get at some of the kind of complex scenarios that people exist within that may lead them to committing crimes who, maybe they wouldn't otherwise. But so you're going to get to know Toronto in a little bit of a different light.
So I like it. All right, I got to wrap it up, but I do have to ask this question because I know they're in there. Do you have one little, Easter egg you could maybe give us a hint about, not give too much away, but there's always something in one of the shows. Do you have something that we should just look for?
Okay, so I don't want to give any spoilers, but there's a particular case that made international headlines having to do with one of our elected municipal officials. He may have been the mayor, and it was quite a scandal and quite dramatic. And so there will be some familiar headlines even to American audiences, but then I think what's exciting is we really take some twists and turns that won't be expected, so keep your eye out.
All right, I like it. Kathleen, I'm so excited about this. It's Law and Order, Criminal Intent Toronto. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome here on the CW7. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.